बाने जा सफेद पगड़ी हो और भी छपाई होती बल बिने गुजर और जाड़ समाज में पहरे था और उच्च श्रेणी का आदमी था वो बिल्कुल सफेद बाने था.
Different communities could be differentiated by the colors they wore or the motifs on their costumes. The Chippas then were producing local varieties of printed fabrics, mostly farats, lugdis, bichonis, razais, etc.
आ तो भाई बामण जाति में पहरे था. आ खुमारा में जाटा में आम पहरे था. ब्याह सावे आर कार में तो आ पहरे था. और फिर रोजिना घास खोती या पाणत करती या और काम करती एकदम मोटी फड़द को पहरे थी.
Even the prints and motifs had a significance and story. Most of them were derived from flora and fauna and even had names that showcased that, like Hara Dhania, Bel, Kale, Hajura, and others. There were even specific patterns for ceremonial fabrics that would be used in religious occasions and community gatherings. This cloth, known as a jasam, was so important to the Chippas that it was used in temples and also as an official spread to sit on and pass judgments in disputes by the elders. And to be asked to get off a jasam was akin to being excommunicated. While the rules have changed and the people have adapted to the modern life in terms of their clothes and other related customs, Bagru's love affair with motifs and colours still continues, and each colour tells its own story. The foundation of the Chippas technique is still deep-rooted in the past. And Bagru is one of the few places left where one still sees colours and dyes derived from natural elements. Red or madder from aal tree, black colour from fermented iron and harda seed, the blue from the indigo plant, yellow from dried pomegranate rind and turmeric and dried flowers of Dhavadia tree to make the colors fast are but some examples.
ये है धावड़िया क्लॉथ जो हम घाण रंगते हैं. दाग नहीं लगे घाण के अंदर रंग के लकड़ी के. ये ब्लीचिंग का काम करता है.
In many ways, the colors depend on how precisely the dyer manages the cloth as it makes its way through the different steps. A good dyer never measures the quantity. They just know how much to put and when to put. Dyeing involves the right use of colors and ingredients, the correct temperatures, the precise eye for details, and innumerable steps that are again determined only by the skill and experience of the dyer.
लोग पहले से ही काम करते आ रहे हैं. हमारे पिताजी भी यही काम कर रहे थे. तो यहाँ कोई ट्रेनिंग की जरूरत तो पड़ती नहीं है. हमको आँख से देखने के बाद ही पता लग जाता है कि इसमें दाग आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है. कमती भी आएगा तो भी हमको दिख जाएगा और ज़्यादा आएगा तो भी हमको दिख जाएगा.
Piece by piece, the cloth printed with the syahi and begar colors enter the vats. The water begins to simmer and the cloth keeps catching the color. Dhavadia, a dried flower, is boiled along with alizarin to avoid patchiness and staining. The temperature is kept constant under watchful eyes.
लकड़ी की आग से रंग हमारा बढ़िया आता है इससे, क्योंकि इसकी जो ताव लगता है वो एकदम सही लगता है. क्योंकि इसका पूरा अंदर से ताव लगता है इसमें पूरा एकदम. बॉईल करने के बाद में ये रंग भी अपनी जगह आ जाएगा और इसकी जो खासनेस है वो भी पक्की हो जाएगी.
When the time is right, the fabrics are removed, washed in water again and dried. Indigo dyeing too makes for an interesting study. It is a challenging dye to use because of its insoluble nature in water. To be dissolved, it must undergo a chemical change. And so, natural indigo is boiled with pawar seeds and kept overnight. The next day, this solution along with lime is dissolved in the vats that are almost 15 feet deep and left untouched for a day. Dyeing starts only after that. More dippings into the vat brings a deeper blue color, and one can dip a maximum of 6 times. The cloth is then dipped in alum and water solution to fix the color. In the early days, traditions used to bind the division of work here. The community was divided into 3 groups: the washermen or dhobis, rangres or dyers, and chippas or printers, with each group performing their specific roles. This division does not really exist today, except for the washing that is still done mainly by the dhobi community. But the printing and dyeing work is an organized teamwork, involving entire families who work together to produce the printed cloth. India has always been sensitive to colors, which has formed the basis of artistic inspiration, of music, and the subtle nuances of mood. Red for love. Yellow is the color of spring, filled with blossoms and the cry of mating birds. Neela or indigo for Krishna, the playful god. Gerva or saffron reminds one of a yogi, the sage. And green was nature. In India, every craft has sprung up with the influence of religious traditions. This is visible among the chippas too. A deeply religious community, they derive a lot of their beliefs from tradition and faith. They are followers of the poet saint Namdev, who is looked upon as the patron saint of the chippa community. There is a feeling of timelessness to Bagru. Standing here, one gets a sense of how it must have been 300 years ago, with the river flowing, blocks flying across the cloth, the swish of fabrics in the dyeing vat, the simmering colors, and the flourish of the final cloth.
बगरू के अंदर जो छपाई आज की तारीख में, आज के ज़माने में जो हो रही है, वो सारे नेचुरल हैं। नेचुरल वेजिटेबल कलर ही काम में आते हैं।
Centuries have gone by. Many things have changed. Modern age has caught up with the chippas, where before they were meeting only local demands by taking their products to the local hut or bazaar. Today, they not only have a national interest but are also sending their fabrics across the globe. The usage has changed, and many of the old designs and motifs have given way to newer patterns. But the chippas of Bagru are still living by their traditional methods. For till the time there is water in this piece of earth, the printing community of Bagru will continue their rhythm of the blocks.